iconic comedy show, the puppet satire Spitting Image was back, but this time he is being mercilessly, ruthlessly mocked.
What happens when the woman who built an entire empire on privacy becomes the punchline of a late-night puppet show seen by millions? Are you talking to me, Meghan? Seriously? Are you joking? The puppet sneers. Don't talk to me like that. I'm a Duchess. And just like that, Meghan Markle got roasted live on national television.
Are you joking?
Meghan, gosh.
The self-proclaimed Duchess of Montecito was shredded to pieces on Spitting Image. They didn't just mock her comeback, they obliterated it. Can you imagine it? Nearly a decade of preaching about truth and healing, and now a puppet comes on TV making her look more convincing than she ever did.
Okay, Megs. Go.
It was savage. Meghan, the world's most image-obsessed Duchess, marched back into Hollywood as if she were the second coming of Meryl Streep. But the critics weren't buying it. Within days, savage British comedy legends clapped back with not one, not two, but 4 brutal parodies. Meghan's Netflix team was probably hiding behind their vegan lattes, praying for a miracle. This wasn't satire. Oh no, it was a full-blown public intervention. Each sketch sliced through Meghan's perfect image like a hot knife through butter. Meghan auditioning for clout like she was still on Suits. Meghan bragging about skills she clearly forgot. Meghan threatening puppet Harry trapped in a mansion with more bathrooms than any human needs.
When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
If irony were an Olympic sport, Meghan would finally win the gold medal. The internet went nuclear. Millions of views within hours, and fans screamed bullying, while critics called it art. Meanwhile, the rest of the world sat there, popcorn in hand, whispering, damn, they really went there. Did they really just say that? Oh, it gets even better. Meghan didn't say anything, not a single syllable, no statement, no outrage, not even a cryptic Instagram post, just pure, deafening silence. And that silence hit harder than any puppet punchline ever could. But trust me, this is just the beginning. It's about to get a whole lot messier. This isn't just about accusation, it's about understanding. Every little detail here matters, and they're all painting a picture that Meghan's PR team can't spin their way out of. For years, Meghan Markle has been rehearsing this moment, silently preparing for her grand return to Hollywood. Surrounded by lavender-scented chickens and PR advisors whispering words of affirmation, the Hollywood prodigal daughter was finally ready for her big comeback. And then it all came crashing down. 8 long years. That's how long Meghan's been rehearsing her next big scene. First, it was leaving Suits, then stepping straight into royal chaos. And now, after teaming up with Amazon MGM for her glorious return, it seemed like Meghan was finally ready to reclaim her spotlight. But oh, Hollywood wasn't exactly rolling out the red carpet for her. If anything, casting directors across Beverly Hills collectively groaned not again. In her press release, Meghan admitted she was a little rusty. But rusty is an understatement. An 8-year break filled with podcasts about authenticity and producing Netflix shows that literally no one finished. She's been absent from Hollywood longer than most influencer marriages last, and now she was ready to step back into the limelight like nothing ever happened. Even Hollywood's nepotism babies, the ones born into privilege, were whispering we wouldn't dare try that. But for Meghan, this wasn't about acting. Oh no, this was a redemption tour, a full-on rebranding mission. She wanted the glow-up headlines, the applause, the "see, I told you I didn't need the crown" moment. Except there was one tiny problem. Britain had other plans. Meghan had plotted her red carpet return thinking it would be smooth sailing. But the savage comedy legends behind Spitting Image were already sharpening their puppet strings. And when the show decided to celebrate Meghan's comeback, they didn't just poke fun. No, they went nuclear. This wasn't just parody anymore. It was a full-scale puppet assault. Within hours, the clips were everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, even your aunt's Facebook feed, buried between a Minion meme and a motivational quote. The Spitting Image team didn't just roast Meghan. They practically turned her Hollywood revival into a national comedy event. Her comeback, which Meghan had hoped would be a moment of grace, turned into her worst nightmare. First, the parody hit with the full force of a sledgehammer. Picture this, a puppet Meghan in a wild parody of Taxi Driver staring into a mirror, channeling De Niro's intensity. You talking to me? You talking to me? Before smugly adding, not without clearing it with my publicist first. The internet lost its mind. And that's just the beginning. Puppet Meghan was suddenly the face of self-aware, luxury-loving celebrity. We're going to need a bigger house, she declared dramatically in another skit as she donned luxury fishing gear. The internet exploded. And let's not forget the Jaws and Taken spoofs that followed. Oh, these didn't just poke at her, they tore her down. Puppet Meghan, holding a phone, channeled Liam Neeson's iconic line, "I have a very very particular set of skills. Then she dramatically added skills like, just give me a sec, writing stuff on bananas. The audience, they went wild. That one banana joke, brutal. In 2019, the real Meghan had tried to make a statement of inspiration by writing, "You are loved" on pieces of fruit. It was supposed to be this touching moment of charity, but instead, the internet turned it into a meme. And now, Puppet Meghan brought it back in 4K HD glory. That's British satire for you. It doesn't just stop after the first hit, it keeps going until it cuts deep. Every punchline landed. Meghan's Hollywood dreams, built on the back of her royal exit, were mocked, brutalized, and turned into a full-on comedy roast. Even when everyone thought the sketches couldn't get any worse, Spitting Image dropped the hammer with the Taken parody. The crowd howled when Puppet Meghan delivered her iconic line, threatening Puppet Harry, "Ruin my take again and I will end you." It wasn't just funny, it was genius. And let's face it, it was painfully accurate. Puppet Harry wandered onto the set like he had no idea what was going on, grinning like he was lost in the middle of a supermarket ad. Meanwhile, Puppet Meghan barked orders like a director who still thought she was starring in Suits, Royal Edition. That dynamic? Familiar, too familiar. The sketches weren't just mocking Meghan and Harry, they were reflecting the real-life drama that had unfolded before our eyes. It wasn't just parody. No, it was a mirror holding up their messy relationship and image for the whole world to see. And guess what? Everyone loved it. Fans laughed, critics called it art, and the rest of us, we just sat there, popcorn in hand, wondering if Meghan had realized that her carefully curated image had officially become the world's most absurd sitcom. But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. The Jaws moment. Puppet Meghan, decked out in fishing gear, dramatically shouting, "We're going to need a bigger house." That was it. Meghan's life, filled with mansions, luxury, and excess, had officially been turned into comedy gold. Everyone loved it. Everyone except Meghan, of course. It didn't stop there. The Spitting Image team wasn't just mocking Meghan's acting career, they were demolishing it. From Puppet Meghan's chaotic, "I have a very particular set of skills" routine to the absurdity of writing on bananas, they went straight for the jugular. Each joke, each punchline, ripped through Meghan's public persona like a tornado through a paper house. And the internet? Oh, they ate it up. The hashtags Puppet Meghan and hashtag Meghan Roasted flooded social media as fans shared clips, gifs, and memes faster than Harry could say therapy session. Even Meghan's most loyal defenders couldn't stop laughing. The whole world seemed to be in on the joke. And Meghan? Well, she was nowhere to be found. That's silence. It was deafening. Not a single statement, not even a cryptic Instagram post. Meghan, the woman who had built an empire on speaking her truth, suddenly went quieter than a Spotify deal nobody cared about. The entire world waited for her to respond. You know the one, this isn't comedy, it's cruelty. But the only thing we heard was nothing. Not a peep, not a tweet, not even a passive-aggressive Instagram story. Just pure chilling silence. And that silence? It spoke louder than anything she could have said. Because here's the thing, when you don't respond to a joke, the joke starts controlling you. Meghan Markle, the woman who had built her entire brand on control, suddenly had nothing left but silence. It was almost impressive, really. Every outlet waited, but the only voices that spoke up were random gossip blogs claiming they saw her assistant at Whole Foods. Meanwhile, Meghan's PR team was probably melting down. Zoom calls, crisis mode. But Meghan chose silence, and that silence became the story. It didn't matter that Spitting Image had torn her apart. What mattered was that Meghan couldn't do anything about it. No response, no comeback, nothing. The world watched as the Duchess of Montecito became the internet's most renewable source of entertainment. Her PR spin had failed. Meghan, once a Hollywood dream, was now just another meme. Every tweet, every meme, every sarcastic caption only fueled the fire, keeping the story alive. And every day it became clearer, Meghan Markle wasn't an actress. She wasn't a duchess. She was content. Her comeback? A disaster. The media who once adored her now mocked her relentlessly. The critics, the comedians, even the internet's worst trolls all united under one banner. Meghan Markle had crossed from celebrity to punchline. The joke was on her and everyone knew it. And when the dust settled, Meghan's silence was the loudest thing of all. She couldn't fight back. She couldn't spin her way out because the world had already moved on. Meghan's brand, her carefully crafted image, had become an object of ridicule. The harder she tried to fight it, the more it dragged her down. Hollywood, which she once dreamed of conquering, wing had already cast its judgment. And in Hollywood, there's no escaping a punchline. Spitting Image didn't just destroy Meghan's Hollywood moment. It reminded everyone that there was never a moment to begin with. It wasn't just a puppet show. No, this was a lesson. A mirror held up to the world's most overproduced PR project. The more Meghan ran from parody, the more it chased her. And you know what? It's still chasing her. Every meme, every tweet, every punchline keeps the story alive. Meghan Markle, the woman who built her empire on privacy and control, is now the world's most famous joke. The comeback? It never happened. And Hollywood? It's pretending like it never wanted her in the first place. When even the critics stop laughing at the jokes, when they start feeling sorry for you instead, that's when you know the show's over. It's when you know the show's over. It's when you know the show's over.